All right, so Supreme Court has declared that Trump tariffs are illegal. So Trump tariffs, they were based on this uh, act, I think, the International Emergency, Tariff Act, something like that. Supreme Court obviously said that these tariffs that you're putting on everybody, they're not based on any international emergency, international economic emergency, uh, IEPA they call it. Uh, so I had another video before. I talked about tariff and are they justified or not. I went over an example of tariffs on washing machines. Okay, make sure you watch that video. I want to tell you my take on this. Okay, I think it's you're going to find it interesting. So first of all, from the Supreme Court decision, the first thing that we know, first thing first take is that there is still hope, right? That we have a Supreme Court, we have a good judiciary system. If something doesn't make sense, if something is not fine, they will come and stand up to it. They will come against it. So that's first. Okay, that's good. Now, second is that in my video, I said that tariff, you can set it to be fair. Washing machine, I said that research shows that China's protection comes up to 44% of the price. And I said, okay, so we could set a tariff for 44% of that. And it looks like in Supreme Court's ruling and opinion, that kind of tariff is justified. Okay. And some other people are saying that, and it makes sense too, right? It makes sense to everybody, right? If a certain country is, is providing a massive amount of protection to a particular industry, for example, making it cheaper and making it to be able to price under cost, it's not going to be fair to other countries, right? So they're going to react naturally, and this is fair. And Supreme Court, any court is going to come for this. They are not going to go against this kind of justified tariffs. Okay, that's that. Now, some people are in the media and on YouTube. I saw that saying that Trump could rely on a Smoot Hawley Act of 1930, I think. I actually went and did a little bit of research on that. That act is very limited. It has two different lists: the free list and the dutiable list, and it's unlimited items. The language is not, I would say, uh, 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 is not the most supportive for the type of tariffs that Trump's administration wants to slap. It basically it doesn't serve the purpose of the Trump administration's policy very well. Okay, you can go ahead and read it for yourself. So that's that. A few things, since I still have it open over here, that tariff. Uh, yeah, so it's just the language is is way more limited than what Trump would want. Okay, so that's that. Now again, they don't need to go and rely on that. Some ancient acts such as Esbutali, they could easily go ahead and rely on some justified tariffs based on governments studies and research. Again, you can go and watch my video on tariffs. You will that will become very clear to you. And no court, as I said, Supreme Court also is not going to go against it. I think they already mentioned it or hinted on that in their opinion. So now, what is the big picture now? What's going to happen now? All right. So here's what I think. So you have this whole story of tariff started essentially by China, providing large subsidies to their industries, putting out other countries people putting other countries people out of work, particularly in US and Europe. And after a decade or two, Americans, Europeans, they got upset with that. They figured that this is not sustainable, and they are going against it, right? And they started to slap their own tariffs, right? Their tariffs, and then they started their own protections of their own industries. Now that's the trend right now. Okay. Now we are, as it is clear, if you look at the big picture, we are essentially going backward in global trades. We are going backward. Okay. So what happens now? These countries are going to slap their own protections. Then after a little bit, my prediction, after a little bit, they're going to come together and say, no, everyone is suffering now. Why we go on a race to the bottom? Let's come out. Let's come and sit together and come up with a set of rules that we don't do these tariff wars and all, and essentially going back to what to all the discussion that started in 1990s, essentially. Okay. And eventually they will come to the point that, okay, you know what, everyone is suffering. Why should we set policies that makes every nation suffer, right? So essentially going back to the set of rules that initially we had in WTO, and eventually reinventing the wheel. Okay, reinventing the wheel. So I think the trend that we are going down is going towards reinventing the wheel. Okay, everyone suffering from the results of tariffs, protections again started by China, then by other countries, and then again coming to the table to find a solution to that. So that's my take, and that's what I see in the big picture. Now another thing is that what has caused this? What has caused this is the lack of leadership, global leadership. Okay, so it used to be that US would be the leader of these things, and they would point out if somebody was doing something which wasn't unfair in a larger scale, and they would go and correct them, or they would point it out to them, and they would correct them in one way or another. They had the power, maybe to have Europe to support them as well. So when China started the protections, US did not do anything effective really to correct what China was doing, and now we are here. Now we are here, right? Now we are going to the again. Everyone is going through the suffrage of tariff, and then so that maybe in 10 years again everyone comes to the table and reinvent the WTO here, right? So the lack of leadership is that from what I remember, Bush was the one who let China come and join WTO, even though they had massive protections. Bad move. Now we know it was a bad move. That in fact immediately put a lot of American businesses out of American companies out of business. That's that. Obama did not do anything effective again to fix the issue, and Trump came, and he hasn't done. He started tariff business. Biden continued and increased a little bit of tariffs. Trump tariffs from first term, that Trump came second term. Tariffs again, and so like I said, kind of going back. We're kind of going backward. Uh, uh, as a generation on global trade. All right, let's see what happens. Right, you guys have a good weekend.